episode 3, I think, of Beer 30. That was fucking crisp. That was a good one. Yeah. I'm Jaden. I'm here with
Cole.
Let's start this off with today's troubles. So we're here, Lake Ming, May Madness. Sorry about that.
No, it's alright.
What have you been dealing with today?
Handling issues.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Boat's been getting out of shape?
First two weren't bad. Didn't really do what I wanted it to. Third one was pretty bad. Really did what I didn't want it to.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one, it was just kind of back to when I first started driving.
We'll overlay the video of what happened today, too, so everyone can kind of see. But so, this is your first race with this motor, right?
Mostly just the blower and hat. The motor's the same.
Oh, is it? Okay. What was this like before? Let's go over what it is now and then what it was before this race.
So now it's a 598 with a stage 3 dry sump, about 12-1 on alcohol for the 14. We're like 4% over, I think.
Okay. And so before this, it was basically the same deal, just naturally aspirated? Or?
Yeah, it was like 14.5-1 with two 1050s on it.
Yeah. Sweet. So, Cole, you're obviously a younger person in the sport. What's it like being the kid?
I don't know. I feel like I'm treated just like everyone else.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have a lot of experience, especially for your age?
No. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure stuff out.
So how old were you when you first got into a boat?
I was 14.
14 was your first time driving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By myself.
Oh shit. So you live in Havasu now. Did you live there your whole life?
Pretty much. I think we moved there when I was like 1.
So yeah, as long as you can remember, at least. And so, besides boat racing, do you do any other racing in your life, or has it just been boats?
Just boats.
Yeah. You have any interest to do anything else, or?
I might try jet ski racing.
Some jet skis? Stand up?
Yeah.
Yeah. You and Drake gonna be in competition?
No.
No?
I don't want
think you'd whip his ass? Or?
No, I just don't want to spend that much money on a jet ski.
So, let's go over your very first race. Do you remember where it was?
Yeah, it was at Hidden Lakes.
Hidden Lakes, and so Buckeye, right? What were you driving?
I was driving a 71 Howlett long deck.
How'd that go?
I made it to second round, and then I blew up the motor.
No. That's racing?
Yeah. Didn't like 46 degrees of timing.
Well, yeah, not many do.
Yeah. It was a little whoopsie on our part. We put a mag in it right before the race and forgot that it had an advance.
Mm-hmm.
So we put it to 36 and it advanced itself to 48 or 49. No, we put it to 38, it advanced itself to 36, 46.
So that didn't end up.
No,
well.
it was an expensive one.
Yeah. What class were you running that race?
Modified Eliminator.
So you were running 8.0s first race?
It was like 820s.
Yeah. It's not bad. After that boat, how long did you race that boat?
I think a year.
A year? And what was the next one after that?
I drove that one.
You saw that last episode, Blake's boat.
Yeah. I drove that. I did one race in it, and I think I did 4 passes before it spit a rod out. And then...
You have bad luck is what it sounds like, dude.
Yeah, and then after that, the guy that was supposed to drive Jerry Urick's boat, he ended up not showing up, so we talked to him to let me drive that one.
You got thrown into that?
Yeah.
What was your experience, your first time, that was your first time jumping in it, was in a race?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Well, it would run good, and then it wouldn't, and then it would run good, and then we found that one of the rockers was just not on.
Uh-huh.
So we put that on there.
That helps, usually.
Yeah, it was running like 670s. We put the rocker back on it, and it ran like a 630 something.
So what's the fastest pass you've ever made?
It was a 586 in Jerry's boat.
Fucking moving. What mile an hour was that?
I don't remember. Like high 130s.
Yeah. So, this boat, when did this come along?
This was like probably 2 years ago.
2 years ago? So you want to explain what we got going on here?
So this is an 85 Mako. And we really haven't changed a whole lot on it. We've done a couple little things.
So did you guys buy it with the motor? Or?
No, we bought it with, we bought it from a buddy of ours. And we actually had to take the motor out. But it had I think it was a 540 on gas.
Yeah. Just a naturally aspirated deal, or?
No, it was blown gas.
Blown gas, yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet.
But he didn't run it very hard. He just did like little blasts with it.
You didn't want to go down the blown gas route?
No, we just can't afford it.
That's rough on parts.
Yeah.
For sure. So when you're sitting there, you're on the rope, you're getting ready to make a pass. What's your routine before you give the thumbs up? Anything, whatever you want to start at.
So I like to before the boat next to me goes, I'm holding the rope, and he's going. I turn on the battery, make sure this doesn't have any air in it.
Yep.
Make sure my switch is off. Make sure the kill switch is in, and then I turn the power on. Normally reset the mag, or not mag, but the tack, and then I'll pull. Well, sometimes I pull the fuel out, and sometimes I forget, but I'll squirt it, and then start it, or after I give the thumbs up.
Yeah.
And then I start it, and then realize the fuel's not out, so pull it out while it's starting.
Get some heat in it and fucking let her eat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If there's one thing, going back all from the start of this, that you would say really led you to here, what would you say it was?
Watching my dad race.
Yeah. So
just watching old drag boat videos.
Yeah. So you've been around, how long's your dad been racing?
10 years.
10 years? Oh, so a decent chunk of what you can remember, probably.
Actually longer than 10 years.
Yeah. So you've kind of been around it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did your dad kind of push you into this, or is this something you really wanted to do, or?
I don't know. Like, I wanted to race for a little bit. You just watch everyone do it, and you're like, I want to give that a try.
Yeah. But he definitely gave you a good opportunity to step into something, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, engine-wise, so did your grandpa build the engines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone who's blown up though has been our fault.
Yeah.
Not his. We always do just a stupid little mistake.
Yeah. Here, I see we got a clutch on this thing.
Yeah. So this is actually the baby Lenco clutch. This is I think like a 12 disc or something. But it's the one that was in the boat when we bought it.
All right. So a lot of this stuff really is just kind of how it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite boat to drive?
When this one makes a good pass, I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have to say that the boat I started racing is probably my favorite one. Just
the Howlett?
Yeah, because now that's my lake boat. So,
yeah.
And
that thing just does what you tell it to do, huh?
Oh yeah, it's fun. You want to turn it, it'll turn.
Yeah.
And I mean, it still does like 100 miles an hour, so.
It's plenty enough to have some fun and get in trouble for sure. So you're talking about some handling issues today.
Yeah.
You want to elaborate? Kind of what caused that?
So the more power, we had to change a couple things.
Yeah.
The prop's spinning a lot faster now. It feels like it's lifting the back of the boat up.
Mm-hmm.
So we took the nickels that we had in it out and moved the prop forward. And now it carried the nose, but then the boat was kind of like starting to pick up too much. And we were messing with the plates a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if we went in the right direction or the wrong direction. Then we learned that there's an area where bolts should be and they're not. So then now there's like a big hook in the plate, and the bottom of the boat's just not as it should be. So.
Yeah. So you guys are, as of right now, you're kind of leaning towards not running tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to. There's no reason to beat the boat up, beat the motor up.
Yeah, beat yourself up, possibly.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So you guys plan on just going home, making it right, and trying again? Or?
Yeah, we got a buddy's like he does a bachelor party every year.
Uh-huh.
That's actually the guy we bought the boat from. So we're gonna we'll take it there. I mean, it's not gonna get ran.
Yeah.
So we'll take it there and just kind of park it across the beach.
Yeah. Just kind of hang out.
Yeah.
That's sweet. So, outside of racing, what do you do for work?
I rebuild outdrives.
Outdrives? How you like that?
Oh, I like it. It gets a little repetitive, but
Yeah.
it's funny to hear people come in and their story on what happened.
Yeah. And then you pull it apart and you can tell that's bullshit.
Well, not always. It's just.
So how'd you get started in that?
Our buddy I used to work at In-N-Out, and I'm not a very big people person. And our buddy was like, hey, they might be looking for someone. So I went in there, and they're like, oh, we'll let you know. And then they called me back, and they're like, yeah, you can start next week. And I'm like, okay. So then I just went to In-N-Out I had to work the next day, and I put my 2 weeks in. And they pretty much told me you don't have to do the rest of your shifts, and I said sweet, and I had all the fall break off.
No, that worked perfect.
Yeah.
What year was that? How old were you when you got into the outdrives?
18.
18? This was pretty recent.
No, 17.
Yeah. So what's your favorite part or least favorite part about that job?
I don't really have a least favorite part. It's like my bosses are cooler than shit, and I get along with them pretty well. So.
Yeah. So outside of work, have you still been pretty mechanically inclined for working on boats and motors or something of the sort for a while, or?
For a while, like we were fixing jet skis every day.
Yeah.
But like we do all our own work on like our cars and stuff.
What do you got for cars?
Well, I have a 68 Volkswagen Beetle with a 2276 in it.
You're working on that fucker a lot, aren't you?
Oh, I used to have to work on it every 3 months.
Yeah.
And it was always something different. And then I got a truck, and I just don't drive the car anymore.
Yeah.
So
we were talking with Blake last interview. You, Blake, and Drake all kind of met around the same time. It seems like.
I met Drake a little before. But we had a class together. And then Blake, we met in auto shop. But there's only a couple kids in that class that knew what they were doing. So.
Yeah. So you guys, so in that case, you guys really all met in an automotive kind of environment.
Yeah.
Did you kind of rope him into the boat racing deal, or?
I don't know. I think I just we were talking about boats, and then I found his dad had like a pretty nice day cruiser. And then we just, I don't know, one day started hanging out.
Yeah.
I don't remember it too well.
Automotive class in school, was that you really wanted to be in that class, or was it kind of like I don't want to be in other fucking classes?
I mean, I enjoyed being in that class, but I could also do whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
I pretty much, like, my senior year in that class, I just kind of fucked off and did whatever I wanted.
Had some fun?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about the races?
I don't know. I like hanging out with everyone.
Yeah.
The people you meet.
You ever get nervous when you're about to go out, especially in something like this or in Jerry's boat, when you know you're going to be moving?
Not really. It's just, like, once the boat starts, everything else kind of goes out of your head.
Yeah. So let's talk about a little bit of your river experience. Are you more comfortable on a racetrack, or when you're out just cruising, making some passes on like the river, at the lake, or something?
I mean, if you're gonna go fast and run one of these, definitely on the track. But
you got safety and people to look out for you.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to worry about other people either.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
So when you're out on the river or the lake, would you prefer to, take something like this and go make a couple hits and hang out, or would you want to be in like a cruiser? We can go have all the friends in the boat, hang out, have a good time.
I mean, I really like the yellow boat because it's just me and then whoever I decide to bring.
Yeah.
So then I don't have to worry about all these other people.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can go pretty far. It holds 22 gallons of gas, so.
Yeah, so you can get a ways.
Yeah, like about probably 15 miles.
Yeah. So when you guys go to the lake in Havasu, how busy is it usually around where you are?
Well, we do most of our boating during like the weekend or the week,
Uh,
so there's not a whole lot of people.
not
but like
as bad.
the weekends, it gets pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And that's how you know when there's a local, because they stay off the water.
Yeah. So you don't go out much on the weekends?
No, if I do, it's with someone that has a bigger boat.
Yeah. Have you ever been out driving when the water's real crazy out there in Havasu?
Yeah, I've been in some pretty bad stuff. We were on our buddy's pontoon one time and a monsoon hit, and it was pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
It was like deadliest catch. Waves were going over the front.
And I don't want to put any jinx. I'm gonna knock on some wood. What's your closest call with like a crash or getting tossed or something like that?
I don't know. Probably Jerry's boat was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first races I did in his boat. Didn't really know what I was a full understanding of what to do in certain situations, and I was just doing a pretty big like wheelie down the track, and I tried to hit the plate, and it kicked the ass of the boat out of the water. And when it landed, the boat was pointed at the beach. I was out of the seat, standing in the middle of the boat, and yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Do things like that stay in your head? Like when you go out for the next pass, are you still thinking about that, or are you able to just kind of wipe it out and move on?
I try to wipe it out and just not think about it. I mean, obviously it's there a little bit, but I try not to let that affect how I'm gonna drive.
Yeah, you just kind of push it to the back of your head and
because
worry about it later.
For me, I don't want to be scared of the boat.
Yeah.
Because then that's when you really start making mistakes.
Yeah, that makes sense, 100%. You are a young racer. Do you have any advice or any guidance to someone who's younger and wants to get into racing, whether it's boats, cars, anything?
Yeah, I mean, like, don't be ashamed to let go of the throttle if you feel uncomfortable, because it's better to walk another day.
Yeah, just take it step by step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't go out there trying to set the world on fire, because you'll most likely hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You will get humbled.
Yeah. So do you ever feel like that? You ever feel like you got a little overconfident?
I have a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking I could drive over my head, and I got humbled.
You learn pretty quick, huh? Yeah. Well, that's sweet. Well, fuck, you got anything else you want to add?
No.
Anything you want to talk about? You got any stories you want to tell?
Well, I can't tell you how I met Drake. We were in science class, and he just has this bandage over his finger. Like, what happened to your finger? Oh, I cut it off in a bike chain. You want to see it? No, not really. And he showed it to me anyways.
Pulls it out anyways.
It was pretty gross.
We've been friends since.
But yeah, we've been friends since.
Well, there you go.
He was doing something right.
Thank you, Cole, for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks for letting me sit in your boat.
Yeah, sorry there's not another seat in there.
Oh, I don't. It's all
Or
good.
seat base.
Well, yeah, that was the only nice thing about that. There's a little base. I'm stuck between a stringer and a fucking V-drive brace, but there goes my phone. Whoa!